Welcome back. Mr. Walakura, now, you know, regardless of the political or media influences that can be brought to bear on a judge, I mean, isn't there a certain limit to what can be achieved in terms of the judgment?
Yeah.
Because if there are the facts and there is the law and you match the two, I mean, the judgment will have to be written in such a way
Yeah.
that you can't pick holes in it.
Yeah.
Now, as I said earlier,
Yeah.
if you can pick holes in a judgment,
Yeah.
the media should be allowed to pick holes in that judgment.
Yeah.
You know, so that is one safety, then one measure that can be taken
Yeah.
to ensure that these influences that are being brought to bear will not really affect the final judgment.
Yeah.
Because the judge himself will know that this could be scrutinized
Yeah.
in public,
Yeah.
and then he will lose face. So the thing is, now say a politician or even the media tries to force a judge to make a certain judgment the way they want. Now, isn't there some difficulty in really doing that? Because if the facts are the same,
Yeah.
you can't change it. Then you have to either doctor the facts or doctor the evidence in some way
Yeah.
to be able to skew that judgment in the way that these extraneous parties want it done. Now, what I have noticed is, Mr. Walakura, that in these war crimes tribunals overseas, what they have done is to tinker with the method of collecting evidence,
Yeah.
so that then you can give these biased, these slanted judgments and justify it on that basis. So the rules of evidence have been altered, but in this case you can't alter the rules of evidence. I mean, if evidence has been collected in such a manner, the judge himself is bound to ensure that the evidence, the law, and all that is matched up in his judgment. So how would you sort of respond to that issue?
I believe when you mention this war crime tribunals, the whole concept of war crime tribunals is to punish what they perceive are the offenders. It's not on evidence. I 100%
Even if it
agree.
is on the evidence of just one
Yeah.
witness without any corroboration.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. But at the same time, when a judge makes an order, there's slight difference here, where if the judge has not applied the law and applied the facts and come out with his conclusions based on facts and the law, but based on some extraneous considerations, then there is always provision for the other party to file a revision application. Exactly what happened in this Sinnagamage's case. There was a contentious issue. There was an amendment brought to the Public Property, State Property Act, making elephant a public property. Now, at what stage the elephant becomes the public property? Now, that's a matter of interpretation. Now, all these other elephants which parade on the Dalada, then all the owners also must be arrested and remanded. So, the judge gave interpretation, but what is pernicious is that once he gave that order, releasing Mr. Gamage on bail, which I think is an absolutely correct order. I have gone through that very carefully, and I feel no reason why that should. But then what happened? They said, Tilnagamage and this Kanishka Bijaratna, both of them are magistrates. They have gone to a conference in Malaysia. Then at Malaysia, they have not attended the conference. They have both have gone after into a brothel. Now, when I heard this, even if you have a tendency to do that, if you are a judge and if you attend a conference, you are 100% careful of know that this is absolute slander. Now, what has happened to that poor judge, a young magistrate? His wife, he has a wife and a daughter, they have to face the people. They will only look at you and say that your husband, the man who goes after prostitutes in Malaysia. I was very worried. Then I asked some of the senior lawyers to please talk to him meet him and ask him whether what he has to say about this. Then the senior lawyer went and met the magistrate and told me that he had never gone to Malaysia. He can show his passport and show very clearly that he had never stepped into Malaysia. Now that is our knowledge. But how will the ordinary people think these fellows are real rascals, ruffians, they are rogues, that they are not judges, they also go on gallivanting. So I mean the stigma attached to that family, the stigma attached to the judiciary. Now this is the affront. So therefore, when these matters those things happened, the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal on their own took into cognisance of these matters and issued notice and got them down, punished them. That there was fear. As you say, I completely agree with you. The media must be able to, I mean the media is not competent enough to write something on judgment. Say another lawyer should be able to express his view. In court,
in the media, yeah.
In the media, they absolutely know nothing wrong. But here, to say that these two people went to Malaysia, we had never gone to. And even Thinana Gamage, he was now under interdiction, he had not been sacked. I mean, but he also has a family. Everyone has a family. So they have absolute compunction in vilifying, assassinating the complete character of any person whom they think. They want Thinana Gamage to, they want this man to remand him. And they also said gave him a special permission to use a different lift. And he sat till 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock to give that judgment. You know, there is only one lift at Gangu Devile. I mean, we don't have courts where there are 2 or 3 lifts. There is one lift, everybody uses that lift. So, I mean, the people, the ordinary people, this appeared in the ordinary media. I mean, they went on hammering him. But what is the, how can he show the world his innocence unless there is some defamation proceeding that should begin in every court, and all the people must be brought and they must be able to answer. Then we know what the truth of the matter is.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, why is it that now, even after all these scandalous goings on, I mean, a magistrate being slandered in that manner, literally pursued by the media, then a high court judge, and I mean, even so, I mean, until you broached the topic, I mean, there are thousands of lawyers. No one really brought that issue up. I mean, is it the case that even the lawyers have been intimidated by this, even the Bar Association
that's
itself?
The reason. In fact, when I say this did not happen with, you know, when under Mahinda Rajapaksa's regime, when they attacked the Mana courts by Rashad Badruddin, they were asking me what I did. I was the first to raise this matter to the Bar Association. I wrote in my column about Mana courts being burnt. I brought the whole thing into focus and got Mr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa Act and went and met Mr. Manjula Tilakaratne, who was then the Secretary of Justice, and told him we must immediately act on this matter. So I did that. I did not know who the magistrate was. Magistrate of Manasam, Tamil magistrate. He was called by this man, called by this Hudson Samarasinga, a terrorist. He said that his brother and somebody are terrorists. I asked him. He said absolutely not, nothing like that. So then I told Mahinda Rajapaksa, please tell Hudson Samarasinga not to vilify people like this, without any facts. He said, how can I stop Hudson Samarasinga from talking? So this started not today, not yesterday. Every time something happens, when Vijayadasa Rina was killed by the UNP, by George Avadana, who started the agitation? I started it. When Shirani Bandara was appointed to the Supreme Court without any mandate, who opposed her appointment? I started. So naturally, I may have, I feel, I mean, I am here, you know my background. My father was a businessman. I'm here as a lawyer, and I have had some reputation because because the profession. This profession is destroyed, judicially destroyed. Where can we go? So therefore, someone must take the plunge. During the time of during the time of Rirach's case, and after that, I was called a JVP, and they were the PRA was trying to kill me. I did not deter. My resolve to stop, put an end to this whole matter. I got the whole country, all the lawyers go to Mathura, and the judge decided not to contest for the third time. So similarly, when this happened, people think I started this with this. No, I started this long before the Bar Association, long before Shiran Gununathan matter. I told them, look here, these people are being vilified. So they wanted information. They want various things. So I was trying to collect information. Now you can see, I can show you this. There are all this information. I have hundreds of pages, of all the websites where judges have been vilified. So I'm correcting them. I'm sitting on this, and I'll very soon present them to the Bar Association for them to take concrete action and to stop this menace forever.
Yeah, now that High Court judge has made a complaint to the High Court Judges Association.
Yeah.
Then the Bar Association has taken up this matter. They have held a press conference and all that kind of thing. Now this matter that you initiated, do you think it will go forward and come to some sort of a conclusion, or will it just fizzle out? Because one would think that this matter at least deserves the attention that the Shirani Bandaranayake case got.
That's right. So
at least that, because that was just an impeachment affecting only one judge. But this affects the entire judiciary,
absolutely,
from the top right down to the bottom. So, do you think it will fizzle out, or will it really gather momentum?
I 100% agree with you, Chandra. I hope everyone, all the lawyers, feel that way, think that way, and will rally around. I believe now momentum is gathering. I started this. Then they asked me, what proof I have got? Who made a complaint? Why are you worried? Then some other, Mr. Gununathan made a complaint. They gone to the Chief Justice. Now we have to ensure that something is done, because the manner in which the emails have been hacked, there is absolutely no question. The emails were hacked, and who did that is a question. I was told in this matter, there was a certain police officer who went on spreading the rumor that when this police officer gave evidence, when the judges questioned him about the recovery of a certain weapon, when he found that they have made false notes, he was very, very angry. Then what happens? He goes out and says, judges have taken money. Not only Shiran Gununathan, even he mentioned other judges' name, and both of them had taken money. And even accused, I was told, he had told a media person, judges and even the State Council, one of the most honorable young State Council, he has taken money. And then that is the thing that, then he gives this information to alternative press. They write. Now we are very soon, one judge is going to make a decision against him, because he felt, he as a person who goes to court, he feels the manner in which the judges put questions, that there is definitely is going to end up in acquittal. So instead of preventing from doing that, he goes and spread this story. And honestly, I believe, according to him, he had gone and given another judge's name. And then after this happened, the whole thing became topsy-turvy when they published. So you go and publish what the judges think before a judgment is given, the absolute contempt. So we have to just and then instead of contempt, this must be true. How did they know that he could acquit him? And he is acquitted, and definitely money would have passed. That is the presumption. There are people in this country who may be very few, but very honorable people. I have never appeared before Mr. Shiran Gununathan. I don't know him at all. I met him only once at a funeral. Every single lawyer who appears before him in the commercial high court thinks he's a very God-fearing, absolute, honorable, upright gentleman. That is why his conscience showed him that this is the absolute false case. He cannot convict him, and he went, irrespective of all this, he went and delivered his judgment according to his conscience, because he can ultimately go back and pray to his lordship and say, I have done according to what I thought was correct, and he's absolved. I mean, instead of trying to be frightened, instead of trying to write judgments in favor of denouncing that. See what happened in some cases. Now, for instance, when the first case, when Mr. Basil Rajapaksa was produced in Kaduvira Magistrate Court, the magistrate took hours, and there was a lot of confusion about chaos. I believe there also the magistrate would have thought, if I bailed him out, I would lose my job. That won't happen under this submission. I'm sure it won't happen, but they are so frightened. So, and then if I don't lose my job, the media will come and haunt me and say various things about my family, about my wife, about this man, about that man. How can I defend myself? Where is the forum? Judges Association, they are focused, but they cannot.
Really is the forum, Mr. Varangul
The
Surya.
forum is the Bar Association. Bar Association must take this matter up. Then also support the Chief Justice, and then insist that something should be taken. And I believe very independent now in India, Chanda, when the Supreme Court gets a complaint, they can appoint their own police officers, very independent police officers, and they will inquire into this. I must also say that once this happened, the first time I disclosed in the President Maitripala Sirisena spoke to me. He said, if I receive a complaint, I will definitely initiate an investigation into this matter. He told me that. So I will convey that also to the Bar Association. I'm conveying that before that to you. But the judges, if you lose, the whole concept of good governance, we fought for the establishment of the rule of law. Where is the rule of law? What is going to happen if the judges are being intimidated by third force, by the fourth force, by the fourth?
Fourth estate.
Yeah, fourth estate, and also not that you sort of say call judges various names, call them hora, call them thief, call them this, call them their womanizers, call them their absolute falsehood, creation so that the public, the gullible public, will swallow and believe. This is what happened, as you said, during Premadasa's time. This happened even before that. The Premadasa's time, very clear, as you said. The things that have been said about Premadasa, that he, I remember a story during Premadasa's time. One of the supporters of the UNP government, he had a young daughter, and I saw a ring in her finger. No, she's about 16, 14, 15 years old, just attended puberty, and she's going to school. I said, why are you? No, we are frightened. We are wearing a ring in order to show that I am married. Otherwise, she be abducted, she be taken to some place, and then, she be sacrificed. People believed it. This kind of thing, and that is what happened. That is the curse of this country. People believe all kinds of things which are absolutely not true. Now about this war crime, same thing. I have gone through this evidence as an ambassador. I find this whole dramatization of this war crime thing is nothing but the figment of the extension of what the LTT wants, and we are paving our way to get them right judgments accordingly.
Yeah, Mr. Varangul Surya, now we entered a rather turbulent period.
Yeah.
Say last year.
Yeah.
And we had the removal of Mr. Mohan Piris from the position of Chief Justice.
Yeah.
Then we had this instance of intimidating judges.
Yeah.
So it's a turbulent period. Aren't you really impressed with the way that the Chief Justice Sri Pavan has been weathering all these storms?
Absolutely.
Somehow he has managed to keep things on even keel in the midst of all this chaos. And
I believe after GPS Silva, the best Chief Justice we have is Sri Pavan, and I believe he has some or other shown what a Chief Justice, how a Chief Justice should behave. But also you must understand that he may have certain restrictions about, about various things he wants to do. So we must support him, we must strengthen his hands.
We, in the sense, the bar association.
The Bar Association, the bar is the people, we must show that we are with you, you do the correct thing, we will definitely be with you and ensure that these things of Sri Pavan honestly, I believe, is a great, it's a jewel in the crown jewel of this of our judiciary. He had done extremely well. We are very happy. There are no criticism at all against him, and he's I believe in this matter also he will not take he will not be frightened, not be coerced, not be by this web mafia, but he will do what justice demands should be done.
We'll be taking a short break. Stay with us.